Minimalists.
We are in the summer season, and this is a time that many people take a vacation. I'm just curious if you guys think that if somebody is living a life that is aligned with their values, if they should feel like they need a vacation from their life. I'd be really curious to hear your answer to this question and to also hear you each expand on a little bit about your feelings towards how you viewed vacation when you were working in the corporate world and how you view vacation now as minimalist.
So Ashley, what's fascinating about this is I think there are sort of two types of vacations here. One is a vacation where you're trying to get away from something. The other is a vacation where it's almost a pause or a change in the rhythm. Now, Andrew, I was thinking about this on your new album. You have a song on there called Shorthand, which is sort of a vacation in the middle of the album.
Totally.
In a way. So can we talk about that? It's almost like this needed pause.
Yeah. No, that's a good way to describe it. Each of my records, this is the fourth one now, each one right somewhere in the middle, either track 5 or 6, has a song that's a little bit of an outlier relative to the rest of the songs. And the first time I did that, it was just sort of by accident. I made a song that was 2.5 minutes long, it didn't really fit the typical structure of a song lyrically, or there wasn't really a chorus. And then on my second record, there happened to be another song that was similar, and then that kind of became a thing that I like to do. And there's something nice. I mean, this actually on the fourth record, it's a full-on instrumental. There's no vocal at all, and that was something I always wanted to do. I like the idea of being able to pause and be somebody else for a minute on my recordings or even in live performance. It's kind of nice to take a break from, not because I don't like who I am or being who I am or whatever. I don't know. It's just something kind of refreshing to me to like somewhere in the middle, just sort of like a palate cleanser, sonic. Ear cleanser for the listener to be able to kind of reset and then start the back side of the record, and that's very intentional. Yeah.
And now you're on tour, you're doing these different cities, but you're also, I saw you're sort of treating it like a vacation-esque thing, right? That's more of a mindset than anything else, because you can look at it as a slog, or it's oh my God, I can't believe I get to do this.
Oh, yeah. That's totally true. That's a decision I have to make every day. Is like last night we were coming into Los Angeles. We had a long day. My manager Chris and I we played golf all day in Nashville, which was so fun but so exhausting. And then went straight to the airport and flew here. And I'm like so tired from the night before. We played a late show the night before, and I was starting to get kind of crabby. Like, oh, I'm gonna get no sleep tonight, and I gotta run around town, and then I gotta play the show. My voice is tired, and I got all these press and people coming to the show, and I want to put on a good show. And then I thankfully was able to just sort of stop and be like, just chill out, man. Like, everything's going great. Everything's going to be great. You're so lucky to be able to do this in the first place. This has been the easiest tour by design. It's rather than taking on a big, huge production with us, we're just doing an acoustic tour. I have one instrument on my back. Everything has been so easy, and I got to bring my wife with us to New York City last weekend. We had an amazing time, and so it's definitely a choice to like shift your mindset, like to your point, and just be grateful.
Yeah, I feel that way a lot on our tours. It's like, same exact thing. The worst is like you got a show, at night, you don't get back to the hotel till 10. I'm like an extrovert, so like I got all this energy after a show. So when I go to bed till midnight, and then you got a flight at like 6:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh wow. But it is perspective. I have to stop sometimes, look in the mirror, and be like, dude, you've got good problems. These are not bad problems to have. But to answer Ashley's question head on, there's no right or wrong answer to this. Because what Ashley is saying is like, hey, if you're living with your values, then you're getting up every day, and every day is a gift, and every day is a vacation. So do you need a vacation away from your vacation? And that might be for some people, but still, vacations it is an opportunity to pause. It doesn't mean you don't like your life. It's maybe something you can do to get out there and explore something new. Or maybe you are just working and you're tired of working. I mean, work is work. Yeah. Even though, all three of us here at this table love what we do, there's work that has to be done that we wish we didn't have to do. I hate paying taxes, but guess what? We have to do that. And you might need a break from that sometimes. There's nothing to feel, there's nothing wrong about that.
Drew, I think that one thing I think about is with music, even with a song, like the music is music because of the pauses between the notes or between the lyrics or between the verses. Like otherwise, it's just noise. Mm-hmm. And so even if you live a life that you feel is meaningful and enjoyable all the time, if there isn't a rhythm to that, you can get burnt out.
Yeah.
Just like if you're playing the same note over and over. There's this old like Buddhist parable about the guy who found, actually I think it's like a Sufi parable, but the guy who found the perfect note, and he's just playing it in the town square over and over and over. And people come, why don't you play it? The songs you used to play is like, well, no, I found the perfect note. And so I'm just strumming the same note over and over and over. You kind of need a vacation from that, right?
Yeah.
So if the vacation is running towards something, not running away from something, that's when I find it to be useful.
Yeah, for sure. That made me think about how with podcasts, like we'll listen to it on 1.5 or sometimes 2.0 if you're Josh. You can't do that with an album.
Oh yeah.
You can't put it on 1.5 and just get through the album and experience it.
I really want to get through Andrew Bell's album, but I only have 10 minutes.
Right, exactly. I'm going to put it on 2.0 and listen to it real quick. Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
Well, Ashley, let's send you a couple tickets to our San Francisco tour stop. The Love People Use Things tour is coming to San Francisco, 20 cities total across the U.S. and Canada. Well, I'll be there in either January or February up in San Francisco. We're going to be all over the place. You could find a city nearest you, theminimalists.com/tour if you're listening to this, or if you're Ashley, we're going to go ahead and send you a couple tickets to that event. Did you enjoy this video? If so, you can listen to full episodes of the Minimalists Private Podcast available exclusively on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/theminimalists today. Your support keeps our podcast and YouTube channel 100% advertisement free.